Chapter 932, The Shogun and the Courtesan.
Hello everyone and welcome to another beautiful episode of the Podcast. I am the best guy ever, and I'm joined as always by...
It's me, Hypocrite the guy. I'm a genius looking for work. I can make images for you. If you have a request for me, go to my Twitter.
Yeah? Is that true?
Yes.
Wow, what a steal. What a steal, folks. Will you charge exorbitant amounts or only mildly exorbitant amounts?
I'll charge extremely.
Dope.
I'll charge into your china shop and smash the plates.
That reminds me of these goats, who I guess it's actually bulls who do that, and also Caesar Clown on the cover here, looking good. He's writing basically resumes for himself for advertisements. Genius looking for work. I can make weapons of death for you. If you have a request for me, send a letter to blah, blah, blah. Signed, Caesar Clown. I feel like this is actually happening, and this isn't like a side story. He actually does need work. I mean, last we saw him, he was fleeing Big Mom's like death party.
The last we saw him, he was flying around with a mirror.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
like,
and
what
then
happened?
They all parted ways. He's out. He's out there doing stuff. Do you think? Okay, so some people think like, oh, Caesar Clown, like he could have been a member of the crew. Some people actually make that argument. Okay, but putting that aside, just completely putting that aside, because I think that's utterly ridiculous, and always was. Do you think there's any potential that Caesar Clown shows up? Like, because we all theorize that at the end of One Piece there will be a big war where like everybody that like the Straw Hats made their friend will show up to like help them win this big epic war. Do you think Caesar Clown might be one of those people who helps Luffy, like, begrudgingly as sort of allies?
I think he still has, like...
Because he's evil. He's evil.
He's definitely evil, and he was, like, you know, just... I think people wanted him to join the crew, mostly because he had a funny comic relief.
He's a Logia.
Like, a back and forth, and he filled it filled a role that wasn't specifically filled by Frankie, necessarily. But he is evil, and the only reason he wasn't trying to kill him constantly is because some Law had his heart in a cube.
Yeah, indeed. He would have if he could have.
So really, I think if he's gonna show up, it's going to be like as somebody who gets defeated, or who somebody like he needs a moment, maybe in a Vegapunk story.
Yeah.
Where he comes back in some form. I don't think he's gonna be like end game material. Necessarily. I mean, he might be associated with it, but, like, I don't know. Definitely not on the side of them at the moment.
Maybe not. I kind of feel weirdly like Oda is maneuvering him for not redeemability, but, like, I feel like all his terrible deeds have sort of been laughed off by the narrative, despite the fact that he was literally, like, using children slaves as, like, test subjects and, like, killing them and ruining them. So that's pretty fucked up.
I feel like, if anything, he's going to join Buggy's crew.
That I could see. That I could see for sure.
And then Buggy is going to be, like, accidentally at the big war, and he's like, oh no! Yeah. And there's like, oh my god, it's Monkey D. Luffy, everyone hide! And, you know, Caesar Clown's part of it.
I really like that. Oh, you know what? Buggy as the, like, leader or the, like, container of, like, all the villains who aren't, like, super evil, but are, like, kind of fucked up. I mean, there's Buggy himself. There's Mr. 3, who was, you know, he tried to murder all our boys and took great joy in doing it. But is he so bad? I don't know. Like, Caesar definitely seems like he fits in that umbrella. So having him team up with Buggy as, like, the designated, like, genius of that crew seems like a perfect fit, now that you mention it. So, yeah, maybe that'd be a good place for him to end up.
He is a clown as well.
Oh, my God, they could bond over that. They'd be like, oh, I've got the buzz. Oh, he could have Caesar make him, like, his dope, like, clown attack weapons, like electric hand buzzers, or, like, acid-spraying flowers, or, like, honking noses that, like, explode or something. Yeah!
Dude, epic.
Okay, pretty epic, but that's a discussion for another time. We're here to discuss Chapter 932, The Shogun and the Courtesan.
Yes.
So let's get on to that business.
So we're in the flower capital where the partying is still continuing to be done, and I think it's revealed I'm not sure. I have to go back and check, but I think it was revealed that Komurasaki is the one with the fox mask that we saw opening the act of Wano.
You know, I wanted to check that, and I did not. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now as we speak.
I feel like it's exactly the same. Because I remember the bit of hair coming down the side of the face. But maybe it's not.
I don't think that it is, but God damn it, I should have checked this ahead of time. Anyway, we'll keep going. So she's playing a song here that I wonder if this will be like the way that everybody's reacting. They're like, "Oh, it's that song." When they're playing this song, no need for formalities. It's giving me goosebumps. I wonder. Okay, yeah. So you also got the Bink Sake vibes from their like description. What I don't think it's necessarily been said now, but I am excited to see if it turns out that there's like some song equivalent to like a Bink Sake sort of thing going on that we can all enjoy as the arc goes on. Because we will get more into this as we go, but there's more going on with Komurasaki, or rather, you know, there's more reason to think that she's more than meets the eye. But we'll see. We'll see as it goes.
Yes. So she's playing the thing. Everyone's going like, "Ooh, loosey-goosey, time to dance, time to you know, this is my jam." Orochi's, they're all dancing and having a good time. And then we go back to Robin, completely surrounded by all of the ninjas, who has to answer the question. And she comes up with, you know, a little standoff here. She's just looking at them, they're all looking at her. And then she says, "I'm the witching owl boy." And they say, "Fuck you, that's not true." They kill her. And she's
sure
dead.
Do. They slash her, they cut her, but she says, "I'm the witching hour boy. I'm here to research how money flows throughout the capital, blah, blah, blah." And the guy's like, what a well-thought-out answer. I was trying to figure out why that was a well-thought-out answer. I'm guessing it's something to do with, like, I don't know. It's like because she says that she's someone important that, like, they won't want to immediately execute her. Like,
yeah, I was assuming it was like, I was assuming it was like, this guy was like, you know, if you wanted to like give an answer that would satisfy us but not be your actual name, that would be a good name to pick. But maybe he already knows who the witching owl boy is.
But that's already a wanted criminal. Wouldn't that like leave her in the exact same position? Even if that was true, they'd still want to capture the witching hour boy. And what would be different? You know,
I mean, she can't run from this. But like, I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. She was just trying it out because she is not real.
Yes, that's true. It is not, in fact, her. It is a shadow clone jutsu. And
yes.
I really like that panel of her, like, dissolving into flower petals on the next
that's
page.
really cool. Dope. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I can't believe I didn't think that she would be smart enough to have a clone doing this.
Yeah, well, now that... So, it's fair that whenever you see Robin doing anything... Like, this was a big... It wasn't a problem in Naruto, but, like, whenever anything happened in Naruto, there was always just at the back of your mind... It's possible whatever happened to a character would just like, nope, that wasn't true. It was a shadow clone. That was like the main thing. But it could also be, they had so many other tools like genjutsu or, you know, illusions or something. That is what a genjutsu is. Like they had a million tools to be like, oh, no, that didn't actually happen. That was something. So I guess it's fair to say whenever we see Robin in any situation, it could always turn out to be a shadow clone, which is a little... It makes things a little bit cheap. Now Odin has 100% has a get out of jail free card whenever anything happens to Robin. But you know, I'm not complaining.
But at the same time, he has not used it really at all to the point where I didn't even expect this to happen. So like he's got this one. So like if he does it again soon, then it's bad. But like this one is good.
I couldn't agree more. As long as he doesn't overuse it or something, that's I'll be happy. But it's cool to see Robin doing things. So she gets away, and so she's attempting to flee. Yeah.
And so she turns into nothing. All the ninjas are like, oh, why did
Nani?
all of us like how many ninjas does it take to screw in a light bulb? I guess all of them, and none of them to guard like the perimeter. So now they have no idea where she is, which is funny.
It's pretty funny.
and so she's sort of like strutting away with her kimono on. Can't run very fast in that, and they're on high alert. She radios in with the snail, with the Den Den Moosh.
Did you notice that their little walkie-talkie snails they're like sticks as opposed to like the round snail bodies? We can see Nami's got one, Robin's got one, Brooke's got one. They're all these like sticks. They're different from the normal Denden
What it is, it's a smartphone is what it is, just from the side.
Think it's basically building to that point where like it's funny to watch. Like at first in One Piece, they introduced Denden Mushis fairly easy. They were just like radios. Then, like in Shabo the Archipelago, they introduced like projector Denden Mushi that like work that literally are TVs in the like I don't know, 1600 hundreds world of technology that is One Piece in general. And now we got like mobile phone radios, and it's funny to watch like the same little goofy animal thing be adapted for like all technological purposes. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's funny, and I don't really care.
Yeah, I prefer it to like obviously realistic, it's it's a phone, it's an earpiece, but it's a special One Piece pirate earpiece. Like technology is kind of hard to like, as long as it's consistent with the snail thing, then it's like it's cool.
Oh, by the way, just for everyone's information, I went and I looked up in that chapter 925, The Blank, when like the chapter arc 2 of Wano begins, and I can confirm the person playing the shamisen is wearing this fox mask, has the exact same hair as Komurasaki. Her clothes are exactly the same, so I think it is in fact confirmed. It's Komurasaki who is doing the like intros and outros of the acts of Wano.
Okay, so now that's like made her even more significant. The fact that she was there from the beginning.
What does that? Does that mean? Is this a non-diegetic? Like the fact that it's Komurasaki, or is it literally her?
No, it just means that she's like more important than would have, been first realized.
Well, sure. That's
especially
true.
Since at the end of this she says, "I'm a daughter of a samurai," and it's like, okay, yeah.
I mean, yes, there's lots of hints being thrown, but literally, what's the significance of her introducing and like? And opening and ending acts, because like that's not actually happening literally. It's just what do you think that means?
Well, she is not like opening the act in like she doesn't know that there's a manga happening. It's just like to open the act, like Oda like got the camera footage of her playing in a previous banquet or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's all there is to say about it. I'll be on the lookout to see if there's more significance, but you're right for right now. Maybe she has a narrative no me devil fruit that she is consumed, and she is literally controlling everything that happens here. She ate the manga no me, and here she is doing her thing. Okay, but anyway.
Yeah. So Nami and big head woman.
Her name, yeah.
Oh dear is her name.
Something like that.
And they're in the attic, inside the castle. So they're inside the castle. I remember they were inside like some lord's manor in the attic. And now they're in the castle somewhere.
I thought they were in the castle before too, like spying on those guys who were conspiring.
Well, maybe
that was because they flew away from that place. You know what? I'm wrong. They definitely flew away on a kite. So I guess they're here maybe to provide support to Robin or something.
It's interesting how they managed to get in the attic without those 11 ninjas seeing them.
Yeah, that is true. They are being infiltrated by ninjas right now, which you think these guys would be on patrol for and trying to stop. But, I guess not. And then you got Brooke as well. Where is he? Inside the castle. He's in the well. Oh, he's a ghost in a well. That's funny. So I guess he's also around. He says... I had finally something to do other than collecting provisions. Okay, so right now I'm guessing he's just here on support in case it's needed as well. So he can be around to help when need be, I guess. I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know what anyone's doing right now.
Yeah, they're just being placed in positions so that when shit goes down, which is currently happening, they can be there to do things. So the ninjas jump away. They do their Naruto jumps, Naruto run, and all that. Naruto climb. Naruto is all ninja terminology now.
Correct.
And Robin comes back to the party to hide amongst the other people. Like the last place they would expect her to be is exactly where they expected her to be. A wise man hides a leaf in a forest. It's pretty smart.
It's At first I was thinking that was silly, but when I was reading again, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Plus, she can't even get away. I mean, I suppose Oda chose to write things in this way. He could have written it so that the Shogun didn't notice her and she was able to slip away. But this is fine. This is fun. So I like it. I'm happy with it.
Yes. What's going on? I
Well,
forgot to
he's
reread
just-
this part.
No, okay, no problem. It's just that she walks up, he calls her over, is like, Robin, get over here and show me some of that fat ass, girl. And she's like, yes, sir. And he's just schmaltzing around with his hose. And he's this funny line about, are you also aiming to be my legal wife? Oh, it's very amusing that, like, whatever, ancient Japan or whatever, like, this was a thing. You get prostitutes, or I guess geisha are not prostitutes, but then they work their way up, like, they slut their way into being your wife. It's just, man, is that a different way than how we do it now? A superior way, dare I say. But cool. But Komurasaki's like, no, pay attention to me, King-sama. I'm the cutest one. And everyone's like, Orochi, she's a cheap-ass hoe. You're aware of this, right, Orochi, that she's just playing you like a fucking fiddle? Even though the other sluts are also saying that. But it doesn't matter. She's just so hot that no one cares. And so here come the ninjas. They are, in fact, looking for Robin. She has a big fat mask covering up her face.
The fat guy on the ceiling still, like, maybe he can't be on the floor.
Maybe he has some sort of upside down devil fruit. And if there, in fact, was no ceiling, he would fall into the sky infinitely. Or not. Or maybe not. He just likes to be up there. But then he asks about, what's going on here? They're fucking just talking about a bunch of bullshit. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. Having fun at this party. Kyoshiro's just praising his hot slut Komurasaki, produced from his territory. That's all cool.
Yeah,
go on.
He talks about his buddies who were, like, beaten up. And they were like, those guys were nothing, huh? But you still helped him out. And he's like, yeah, well, I am part of the Yakuza. I mean, doesn't matter how low ranking they are, they're still part of my family. Which is playing up this guy to be, like, a genuine lad who might be secretly a good boy.
I'm definitely getting those vibes. If anyone's going to turn out to be a secret good guy, it's that guy. I mean, he's not a great person, I suppose, but whatever. It's super common for One Piece to redeem only slightly evil people who are involved in this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so this other guy's like, you sounded Kaido's Flying Six. I don't think we saw them yet, did we?
We've seen a few of them.
Looks like King's one of them, but I don't
King
think
and X Drake and Page One or something.
No, they got the flying. I mean, Drake doesn't even fucking fly, right? So it must not
he
be.
jumps really tall, though.
Well, okay, we'll probably see more of this, but this is all part of the, like, somebody attacked his boys, so he's gotta fucking...
Page One and Drake are part of the people who came to find Sanji, so, like...
Yeah,
are
but
they not part of it?
They don't fly, though, so they can't be the Flying Six, right? I mean, I'd imagine.
I don't know.
Yeah, I could go back and check, but I won't. So yeah, he's a lad defending his boy, sending out more people to kill Sanji, etc., etc. Although Orochi here is very much in favor of this, and he's like, yeah, you gotta wipe people out with overwhelming force so they never cross you again. Now let me tell you about that time that was relevant in my life. And here he goes, talking about his history with the Kozuki clan and how
Lord
he crushed
Odin.
them all. And it was and Lord
How,
Odin and his
how he
kids.
crushed them all, but how he's like, but they're gonna come back, you guys. This is the time that they said they were gonna come back. Oh, it's true. Oh, here's some true facts that I'm just gonna say one after the other, and everyone's gonna laugh at me behind my back.
So everyone, yeah, all these lords are laughing at Odin for being superstitious about, like, this quote-unquote prophecy that Lady Odin or whatever did. Toki, I think was her name. It's fair enough. It would be fair enough to, like, make fun of Odin, to make fun of Orochi for, like, the 19 years up to this point. All I'm saying is, if somebody prophesied something was going to happen 20 years from now, and things are fine, but on that 20th year, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder a little bit. I don't believe in any of this stuff, but nonetheless, I'd be like, if something's going to happen, now's the time. And, I mean, it's not even, like, a crazy prophecy. Like, even in this thing, he says, like, Momonosuke was never found. Momonosuke could be, like, a grown-ass man, even without the time travel shenanigans we know about. We know that Kinemon was never found. In fact, all the people who were transported to the future were never found, so we know they're available to be doing stuff. So even if he doesn't know about the time travel, it's entirely possible that they just, like, planned to do a rebellion 20 years later without any magic being involved. So I totally, would be on edge as well as this guy. So I don't know why they're laughing so much. I think it's pretty reasonable. If there was ever a time to be aware of a uprising of the gamer class, which is what Odin was the leader of, now would be the time.
Yeah, like just because
I don't know.
They burned a building and people were said to have been in it, but they couldn't find the bodies. It's like, oh well, of course they're dead. Ha ha.
Yeah.
That always happens where people, the reason somebody is alive is because somebody said, haha, they can't be dead. It's
Indeed.
silly to imagine, no, it can't be alive, it's silly. Haha, how delusional of this man to be, even the slightest bit cautious about anything.
Indeed. I get, nothing's happened the last 20 years. Things are good. You've got Kaido backing you up. So, what are you even worried about? It's all fair.
Yeah,
And
it's not, out of the ordinary, but it is just funny that he is completely right about everything he's saying.
That is true. I'm Team Orochi here. I'm rooting for him above everyone, including our main characters.
Yeah, so Robin's here lapping up all of this info she's going to use to write some sick
diss track
documents.
Bars, probably. Yeah, or that.
One or the other. You can't do both. Oh, dude, the One Piece crew, that's what they need, a rapper. They need a rapper to go with Brook, the musician.
Let me think. Wasn't there someone who was a rapper in One Piece? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Killer Bee from Naruto. Whatever, port him over to One Piece. That'll be just as good. They're in Chinatown, a.k.a. Wano right now, so he could pop over. But anyway,
then, everybody's stifling laughter, like, haha, the Emperor's so silly. And then, Otoko, the smiling cherub, bursts out with her big tee-hees and the ha-ha-has.
Yep.
And she's gonna die. She's gonna be killed.
I like this a lot. Her well-established trait of laughing at inopportune moments and just being a jovial thing is plot relevant currently. And I'm like, well done. That's well executed. I like it a lot. Good job, Oda. And so, it's not a huge fucking deal yet, but this laughter causes Odin, who's really huge for some reason. He's way bigger than everybody else, but no matter. He fucking walks on over there. Some people are just big, and he's one of them. He just fucking makes his way over to this cheap-ass hoe, pulls out his fucking stabby sword. He's like, I'm the fucking Shogun, bitch. You think I'm a pussy? I'll kill your ass. Then we'll see who's the pussy. But Komurasaki is like, Onegai shimasu, stoppu, sama. Don't do it. She is just a child. And everyone's like, whoa, courtesan talking to the Shogun that way? I don't think so, sir. And fucking Orochi's going ham with that sword, slicing walls and cutting things and trying to kill this small child.
He's not even bad with a sword. He's slicing it right up.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
But
I don't know if
despite
it's confirmed if he killed Odin or not, but I think he did. Did, but I'm not sure. Odin was pretty tough. So.
Despite being skilled and strong enough to do that, he still gets bitch slapped by the Komurasaki here.
He sure does. Probably because he didn't expect it at all. But he gets a big, serious slap. You know what? It kind of looks like that frame after the slap reminds me of that time Luffy punched that Tenryubito in the auction house. It just obviously it's not as severe, but it reminds me of it. The art there.
Yes, definitely the sort of fuck you authority sort of moment.
That's true. That's true.
And I think this is she doesn't even look fazed by that slap. I think she's secretly a super duper power person.
Do you think she's actually strong, is what you're saying?
I think she's actually strong.
Okay, that's possible.
She
does say she's the daughter of a samurai, so,
samurai doesn't necessarily, the will of a samurai doesn't necessarily mean that they are as strong as a samurai. No. Maybe she's, facing death head on. And she's not actually strong enough to survive, but it seems like that's what he's shaking afterwards. Mm-hmm. He's all trembling. Maybe he's trembling with anger actually. But that's a one slap. He's a big guy. It just feels like maybe she's she's a Goku or something.
Maybe. Sorry, not to get off the point, but I went back. I'm comparing the art of the lady who's doing the little, what the fuck am I saying? Who was doing the playing the shamisen thing, and I'm just saying that that shamisen player, actually, her hairstyle doesn't exactly match the one of Komurasaki. Komurasaki has these two little, like, danglies coming down the sides. The one playing the shamisen does not have that, but the clothes match, so I'm just saying, I guess it's not 100% confirmed that it's exactly the same, but, like, the clothes are the same, the hairstyle's the same, and always accept that. So, okay, that's probably just maybe a little detail Oda had not exactly worked out yet.
Lord Oda.
Oops, made a mistake. Okay, but anyway, so we'll come back to that. But regardless, Bam got the slap, and he's like, "What the heck are you doing, you prostitute? Now get down and kneel." She says, "I will not bend my knees to anyone, because you see, stand up for what I believe in, and I will not back down just because you are trying to intimidate me and could murder me." And Odin's like, "I was gonna make you my waifu, but you fucking slapped me, so what are you doing, ho?" And she just replies, "If what you want is a weak woman, then go ahead, cut me down and dispose of me. I'm the daughter of a samurai. I will not live shamefully." I gotta say, I'm liking Komurasaki quite a bit right now.
Yep.
I love that she loves rich people and hates poor people. I love that she believes in herself and will stand up for her values and be willing to die. All I'm saying is, I think I'm Team Komurasaki. Pretty hardcore.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad thing to be. She seemed...
well, she's really mean to poor people.
She's
and
really
that's kind of
mean.
fucked up.
She's really mean, but I think this is more evidence, like pretty hard evidence that she is
Yes.
Momonosuke's sister.
There is a lot of fucking things implying that right now, yes. I would definitely say that all this is pushing toward that conclusion strongly. And I'm not going to double, triple overthink again. I'm just sticking with the most obvious answer. It's looking that way. It's looking that way.
Yeah. And, oh, big dragon face. We see it.
Oh, yes. There it is. There it is. Now, it doesn't say that he uses a devil fruit or anything, but clearly he's turned into the Orochi. And he's got 8 heads, and he's looking real pissed, and he's causing a ruckus and a fracas.
I can see which one is, like, the main head, because it's got his mustache.
Indeed.
And his head
I wonder,
thing.
if you cut off one of those other heads, would he die? But if you cut off that head, would he die? I'm curious. I'm curious how this works.
I think they might act like limbs. Like, it'd be like, oh, you cut my arm off. Well, I have more.
Probably something along those lines.
But then you cut his head off, and then his head's dead.
So anyway, Robin grabs Otsuko. They are escaping. They will survive. But then the ninjas finally see her when she makes this breakaway. And they start chasing her. And then, interestingly, our boy Kyoshiro he's going to pull out his samurai sword. And he's like, "This is going to be a bloodbath." Will he act on
shakes
defense?
Shakes his head and goes, "Oi, oi," or "Yale, yale," or whatever they say when they're like a cool guy. It's like, shit.
Probably
Get
one
the
of those.
sword out. Who's
So
he
do
gonna
you think-
fight?
That's the question. I mean, because Komurasaki is like one of his mates, and we know he's a very loyal dude. Now, is he bros before hoes, or is he gonna defend this slut of his breeding and making?
Well, all right.
It's hard to say.
If she is the daughter of Lord Odin, sister to Momonosuke, and
Yes.
this guy is a secret good guy, he might be one of
Yes.
the 3 samurai, and has been looking after her this whole time.
Well, hang on. He's not going to be one of the 3 samurai, because like those are famous people, and that would have been like
Okay, well he
addressed, I
might
assume.
he might
be a
just
loyalist though, or whatever.
He may be a secret loyalist. He is a samurai. There's and he's a cool guy. So like,
Yep.
I don't think he's
Yep.
going to draw his sword on her, because then she'll definitely die, and
Yeah,
nothing else will
agreed.
happen.
I think this is the moment where Kyoshiro reveals his loyalties. Like next chapter, he's gonna be a good boy and defender and all those things. Yeah, so that'll be cool. I like this guy. I want to see him do more stuff. Yeah, I'm having a great time. This is a good
Yeah.
chapter. I enjoyed it.
I'm wondering though. This situation came about regardless of the Straw Hats or any of the Kinemon or whatever.
Yep.
This is just like, this would have happened anyway.
yeah.
If, like, I'm just wondering, would Komurasaki have had a situation like this before, where she stood up to Lord Orochi? And if so, does she know that he won't kill her because he likes her too much?
I would say, okay, I do think it is a coincidence. It's very convenient that Robin was around to help, and that our boys are around.
Well, it's not so much about that. It's like this event transpiring is about Otoko, Komurasaki, and Lord Orochi.
Yes.
And you know, the ninja stuff has nothing to do with this confrontation here. Well, and so like if Kyoshiro is about to like draw his blade on Orochi, like if this I feel like this might have happened, like this could have easily happened years before. Well, and it's just so happens to be like the big pivotal moment in their relationship where she and he and they all show their true colors. Just so happens to be Robin is there and the Straw Hats are doing things at the same time.
Am I wrong to remember that I think this is the first time that Orochi and Komurasaki ever met? Wasn't that like a thing they were talking about before?
No, he was saying like, you're my favorite. You're cool. I mean, he's definitely seen her and met her before. Like they have a relationship.
If you say so, I can't remember. I don't know. I guess I was under the different impression. Whatever. Someone could double check that. But regardless of that, this has definitely never happened before because of how shocked everyone is about it. At least Komurasaki doing anything like this.
Yeah.
But I get your point that like, but why couldn't this have happened any time before? Because it must have. Maybe, I mean, because there's a couple things. Like, people are laughing at Orochi because he's brought up this story and he's feeling paranoid because, like, this is the year where, you know, the prophecy was scheduled to happen, where he would be, like, they'd get revenge on him and he'd be overthrown and whatnot. So, you know, even if he's met Komurasaki fairly recently, things are coming to a boiling point at this particular moment in time because this is when, like, the prophecy's happening and all that. So, you know, maybe that's why, like, Komurasaki's, like, more in his face about this, that the situation developed with, you know, Otoko laughing at him because he's, like, bringing it up more, and that's brought it out. And, I mean, it's absolutely a coincidence that this is all happening, you know, like, while our lads are, like, why didn't this happen last week? No reason at all. No reason at all.
I bring up that like, point of contention or whatever,
yes.
because I feel like thinking about it might like lead to like what will actually happen. I don't actually know if Kyoshiro will show his true colors or whether Orochi will kill Komurasaki, and this is like something that could you know, be settled normally.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he does say this is going to be a bloodbath, so I assume he's planning to kill somebody.
He's doing something, that's for sure.
It's all a big like, what could possibly happen? I think Robin will have to, with Otoko, and probably the help of Nami and Brook and stuff, escape.
Agreed. But then
Komurasaki,
what, you know?
I just really don't know what's going to happen.
Maybe, you know what? Now that this confrontation has happened, this certainly would set the stage for Komurasaki to, like, be against Orochi now and possibly join up with these people, you know, the Straw Hats who are around, to scurry her away, and she could reveal, I am, in fact, you know, the sister, and, you know, I've been slutting it up, literally. Well, you know, relatively speaking, she is a prostitute. Whether or not that's a slut, you know, I'm undecided on. So maybe now's the opportunity for her to, like, you know, reveal she's on their side. And, you know, I was thinking whether or not this was the first time she met Orochi or whatever, maybe she was, in fact, regardless of the prophecy, maybe she's been planning to do an uprising on her own. In the same way that, like, Robin snuck in, you know?
It could be possible, yeah. If she has had an idea that this 20-year prophecy, she's gonna do something. She's gonna get close to the Lord Orochi.
Yep.
In order to do something, she's gonna be the biggest slut, so that he's gonna have her as his wife, and then she can kill him in his sleep or something.
Definitely possible.
But then it's like, why is she doing this now, putting her life at risk?
Good question. That's a good question. I mean, this is like, we shouldn't overanalyze this. This point, I think, of Komurasaki doing this is just her, like, just kind of being a good person who defends children. And I don't feel there's much more to this particular scene than that. You know, because obviously, if she was trying to assassinate him, and play the long game, it would be better to let, Otoko be hurt by him or whatever, and then, bide your time till you have a chance to fucking murder him or whatever. But, whatever. And side point, this is probably a complete waste of time to even bring up, but I do want to point out that Lady Toki or whatever was the eater of the time fruit, the Toki Toki no Mi or whatever, and canonically, she did in fact die in that fire. And so we know that devil fruits respawn in fruits nearby. Is it possible that this devil fruit user died, and then her fruit respawned in some way to somewhere nearby, and then maybe Komurasaki or somebody else reconsumed the Toki Toki no Mi and like has it available to them? Maybe, I feel like I'm kind of getting off a little bit crazy, even worrying about that. But I'm just saying, it's possible.
I mean, I guess it's not impossible that a character could, that plot device of sending someone into the future is not, unpossible. I just don't see how it's relevant at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just seeing her made me think about it. I don't know.
Oh, why did seeing her make you think about it?
Well, because I think that she's Lady Toki's daughter, and she was nearby when Lady Toki died. And so I'm like, well, it'd probably be someone who was nearby if they had the fruit that got turned into the devil fruit would be the one with the opportunity to eat it. Again, that's just total speculation. I'm pulling out of my ass.
I suppose that's true, but I also think it would be weird for, like, oh, my mother's dead. Ooh, fruit. Munch.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It's fair to say that, like, this whole thing about, like, devil fruit users dying and, like, a fruit nearby becoming, like, the new version of that devil fruit, I'm not even sure anyone knows how that works in all of One Piece except us, the readers. Because, like, when Smiley died, that axolotl or whatever, the slime thing in Punk Hazard, we see an apple become the new devil fruit, the axolotl Zoan devil fruit. But I don't think that was on purpose, that there, like, was an apple nearby. I think that was pure coincidence, because I don't remember Caesar doing that on purpose or anything.
No, I remember in Punk Hazard, there was, like, a thing they were trying out where they had a cart full of apples. And they put it right in front of him, like that. That would have been part of the experiment. He was filming it. It's like, look and see how this thing happens when the thing goes on the apples, guys. It makes devil fruits. Isn't that fucking sick? It's artificial devil fruits, guys.
I want to double check that, but that doesn't sound crazy because I remember I did have the impression that Caesar did understand how this works. But like, would like Lady Toki or Komurasaki, if she is in fact the daughter or whatever, know and like. I'll have a fruit nearby so that when my mom dies, like, I'll be able to get her devil fruit power.
I doubt that very much.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like the artificial devil fruits.
Yeah.
We've seen them where have we seen the artificial devil fruits being used by characters?
Kaido's crew and
so if it's
Momonosuke.
Just Kaido's crew, then it's the Smiles, right?
Yeah.
So we know that to make an artificial devil fruit, you put a fruit nearby, like a slime smoke thing or whatever he did.
Well, we don't really know how that works yet.
Well, whatever experiment he did to show that it works to his investors, that was like the Smiles being produced. But that may not be the same way that real devil fruits, change when the user dies.
Indeed.
It may be that their soul, like the devil in their soul, goes flying up and then just comes down in a random location and goes into a new fruit.
Entirely
but it may
possible.
Not be nearby.
I don't know. Hey, we don't know a lot of this stuff. A lot of mysteries remain. Maybe Vegapunk will explain some of this to us one day. We'll see. But in terms of this chapter, we pretty much covered everything that happens. So
yes.
I got nothing else to say. You all set?
I'm good, yeah.
All right, then. I guess
good time.
It was a good time. Had fun. Shogun and the Courtesan. The end. So we'll see you next week, most likely. It doesn't say there won't be, so there you go. And I am going to have a beautiful day. I hope you do as well, everybody. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot. Patreon.com/thepodcastpirates.
The Podcast Pirates.
There it is. $1, and you're in the Discord with a color, and you're on the crew. $5 and you're more on the crew. $10 or even more on the crew.
You get further in lower decks into the captain's quarters.
You fucking $20 and you're a commander. So that's the primo. That's the primo group.
Yeah, $20 your commander, and then you can make up your own OC pirate crew that is like allied with us, but we don't have to do any of the work. That's so
Indeed.
cool, guys. Don't you love that
great.
idea?
I love that idea. I don't know about you. And that's it. So I guess we'll head out, and we'll see you soon, everybody. Have a beautiful time. Have a good week. Bye.
Goodbye.